Hello and welcome to the Milwaukee Mile. We are here in the NASCAR Legends, the 87 car, here with a historical car at a historical track. This place has been around a long time, and unfortunately we got, I think it might be a single split. Not too many people signing up, probably because Milwaukee Mile, not the most popular track. But still happy to be out here and able to run this one because this is a very fun place to drive. And it's actually my second attempt at this. Sadly, the first race was going really well. I felt like it was a pretty fun video. There was some, lots of energy going. I was in the lead at the time, even with on slightly older tires because we had some strategy stuff going on with where the cautions fell. Things were going great, and then my power went out, and that corrupted the file, and suddenly no more video. So that really stunk, especially because, like I said, I was in the lead. I don't know if I would have kept it, but we'll never know now because I certainly didn't when the power went out. So I'm hoping the power stays on this time. It was just, I guess, I don't even know why it went out, to be honest. It was last night. I don't know if it was raining or something, and then, I don't know, it just decided, I hate this guy in particular. So, I don't know. But we're here again, and we'll see what we can do. We've got Kale in here, though, as the number one car. He's always lightning fast in these cars, so that's going to be quite the challenge. And I might be able to pull a solid qualifying lap out of my pocket once in a while, but going long run in these cars is usually an issue. Although in the first attempt I was doing okay. It felt like I was getting a lot of my braking done in a straight line, so getting slowed down before the corner, and it wasn't feeling too bad, but who knows, man.
Green, green, green.
We'll just try to get the best we can.
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Alright, cool. Let me just overdrive it. Well, that's gonna
33.76.
make that a lap of failure, so we're gonna get out and try again.
Leader has just done a 33.41.
I think maybe the practice session I was in had some cooler track, and so there was less grip than I was expecting there would be right there. I should have looked at the track temp before diving into turn one, because you really got to wrap the bottom and make sure you're slowing down enough so you don't slide up in the corner like that, because, well, you're not going to have a very good lap if you do it. So back's against the wall here. I'm probably going to have to go a little bit softer, a little bit easier this time, just to make sure that I actually make the corner and can put a halfway decent lap in. That wasn't even a very good run to the line. I feel like I definitely underdrove it that time. What you gonna do, though? We'll just try to get a good solid starting spot, and then maybe I can hold it together well enough to get a solid finish. I've got some good momentum going at the moment. Just did a Gen 4 race at Iowa. I did not record it because we already did a Gen 4 race at Iowa this week. That being the league race, and so it felt pretty redundant. Am I in the... Say, what? Okay. Well then, neato. I already did Gen 4 at Iowa this week. So it felt redundant. Didn't feel like I needed to record it, but I ended up winning that race, which was much needed. Last night was so deflating being in the lead in this race, or this combo, and losing power. That was like, oh my god, so demotivating. I was just like, I can't record or do any more races tonight. I am upsetty spaghetti. So why did I say that? But yeah, then I came back today and I'm like, let me just have a decent run. Like, let's make it to the end of a race. And it worked out well, so that was cool. We'll do a little practice pit in here, although I don't think we will need fuel. I think you can make it
Watch your speed
on
limit.
one
Limits.
tank.
Like the way you're driving. Your lap
Oh,
time
we
will
got
be
a good
deleted
luck
until you
from
refit the car
Greg
and
here.
try again. Pit box
Front
in.
Thank you very much.
60. Fahrenheit.
I'll
Front
send a
right,
good luck back.
193. Left rear 169. Right rear 186.
Good luck to Greg. He's got a very solid top 5 starting spot here as the 7 car, assuming these times are all going to hold together. And only thing I changed, 2 clicks down on the brake balance bar. And that made it feel like I could get just that little bit of extra turn that helps get the car rotated and follow that line you need to follow around the bottom, but who knows if that's even what you want to do. Just, it's what worked for me, I guess. But now it's time for the race. I'll do my best to keep my tires on it. We'll see what happens. We had a lot of close times here, so we're
That's
not.
the end of the session. Pole position.
We got the
Nice
pole,
one.
but we're not gonna be running away with anything by any means. So it's gonna be a potentially tough one, even though it's single split. It is a 2.4K strength of field, so you know, for a single split, that's not too bad.
Your tires are
It's
cold.
higher strength of field than the last race I did, which was also single split. It's a bummer. There's not very many people signing up for these races.
The estimated SOF is
Milwaukee Mile is a fun place, but you don't see it as often since it's not really run in very many NASCAR things. And so I think a lot of people think, you know, not really worth the purchase if you're not going to run it as often. But if you do buy it, I gotta say it's a pretty fun place. These flat tracks, you don't get too many of them. And it's really its own unique thing here.
5 cars left to grid.
It's flat like a New Hampshire or something, but a completely different kind of race, I feel like. I enjoy it. And we will have 90 laps coming up. You see, we got 88.4 estimated laps. But last time I noticed, as the pace starts slowing down, you can kind of save that amount of fuel as needed as the run goes on. But it is somewhat close, so we'll do a little bit of clutching while we're rolling and all that good stuff. Two sets of tires. That's where the strategy came in the last race. I'm going to talk about the last race a lot, but that's just because I've got a little bit of more insight than I normally do. Usually every race you see is my first and only attempt of the week at it, unless it goes really bad or whatever, like like the last one here did, and losing power and such.
Be smooth and have a good run.
So, kind of can already talk about what I experienced a little bit. So a little bit unique in that regard. We'll see how it goes. Gonna get rolling here in just a moment. Got session last lap
This is a
ready.
rolling start. Stay in the pole row in the inside column.
I don't remember what gear we need to be in. I'm gonna have to check
Race car speed is 55
what
miles
that
per hour.
is. Kind of looking like second gear. Yeah, it'll be second gear. And I don't foresee any issues launching. Yeah, nah, that won't be an issue. But track is a mile or larger, so we are 1 to green right away. Sure that's unmuted. And hopefully we have ourselves lots of green flag racing here. The last single split I did, there was actually quite a few yellows, which was not what I expected. But that Gen 4 race I just did at Iowa, one caution the whole way through. I was very surprised at that. So you never really know until you get out there. So 90 laps at Milwaukee Mile coming up here.
Be ready, we're
Pace
about to
car
go
is
green.
in. Green flag, green flag.
This is going to be kind of tricky. Up to start, mostly because I'm overdriving it. Always hard to judge your speed heading into the first corner. We're gonna try to keep the left sides on and near the bumpers. Try to be gentle with the throttle on exit. Some people leaving already. I'm not sure what that's all about. We already don't have enough people in this race. It's kind of a bummer that people are leaving already. We're not going to be alone in this one, though, by any means. We're going to have Kale and probably some others catching up to us later whenever I rip these tires off. We got about a second right now, so maybe we back it down a little bit. Even though I feel like I'm doing okay at the moment. I don't feel like I'm driving all that hard. But that's usually the case. In this series, I always think, you know what, I feel like I'm doing okay. And then terrible things happen. Big part of what feels like what works here a lot of the time is getting a good run out of the corner. Pretty long straightaways here. Feels like we could get on the right rear a little bit too much too if we're not careful. Being kind of gentle with the throttle pedal on these exits. Nah, overdrove that one. But that's salvageable somewhat. Drifted up a little bit, but still can get a somewhat decent runoff, but that will lose us about a tenth compared to the last lap. Right now looking okay, but we're only 5 laps in, and this is a long run car. It always matters more what you're doing long run in this car, it feels like. I remember looking at my all-time iRating differential, I guess you would call it, for different series. They had like an iRacing stats thing that people on the forum were, or not the forum, but the Discord were looking at. Same for drive that corner as well. And it would say like, oh, in the ARCA car, you've gained this much, like plus 200 iRating or whatever in your iRacing career here. And so that was interesting to look at. And I found out that I am in the negatives in the 87 car. Most of the cars I run often, I was in the positive, because you figure, I guess, you run a car enough times and get enough experience, you can generally get somewhat decent at it. Not so much the case for me in the 87 though. I was in the negatives. Not very far, but it was a red number. And I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. Even if I run this thing a lot of times I find myself not finishing too well, unfortunately. And a big reason why is this, what I'm doing right now. Big ugly turns 1 and 2 right there. Back it down, make sure I'm hitting my marks. Get those left sides near the bottom if we can. Let's try to put things back together here. There we go, keep it down lower. See how much better that was this lap. Very skatey. You gotta make sure you're slowing down enough, or else you will just drift up the track like I did the other lap there. Kind of just going right on the edge of what the grip will allow through these corners.
Lap time was at 34.38. lap to P2. Behind is now 1.
Gap is about 1.2-ish, 1.3 behind us. I could definitely see that starting to dwindle later. 10 laps in right now, and we're supposed to make it all the way to the end of 90, don't forget. So it's not like we're going to lap 45, we're going all the way to 90. So even more reason I should probably be backing it down even more right now. The thing is, like, the car feels fine. Like, right now it feels okay. It's feeling like maybe I can't carry quite as much speed in the center of the corner, and I can't quite get the throttle down as much out of the corner, but it doesn't feel like it's handling poorly. But that's kind of how this car reacts a lot of the time, it feels like, when the tires get bad. It feels like you just go slower. Even if you feel like you're doing somewhat decent, the car just starts going slower and suddenly you got 15 people passing you, if you're me. Right now, though, we're still gaining a little bit. I'm hoping that maybe these tires will plateau at some point. They tend to do that a lot here in the 87 series. They'll reach a point where they are where everybody's kind of at the same speed.
Okay, Colton, that's good consistency.
Because they just kind of stop falling off.
34.58.
I'm hoping that getting a decent gap will mean that we can still get some... We can maintain our position the best we can, even despite losing some time later. And hopefully, you know, find our way to a top 3 or something. Or maybe you can get away with driving a little bit harder here. You never know. I don't want to get my hopes up, because I've been here before, where I'm like, hey, look at me, I'm leading the race, wowee. And then things go poorly later. So I know better than to get a big head about leading laps right now. I feel like I've been hitting some consistent corners though. Past couple of laps. Maybe a little bit slower, but not overdriving it too bad. Getting it, the car where it needs to go along the bottom here.
The gap behind is now 1.08.
Oh, he's gaining. He's starting to push a little bit more. He gained like several tenths in one corner, and I wasn't even that much slower or anything. It wasn't even a bad corner, so that tells me he's probably picking up his pace a little bit, trying to take advantage of having probably cooler tires right now. He's probably been taking care of them pretty good. He's only about a second behind now. You can kind of get the left side just right near or on those that rumble bumper thing, whatever you call it, a curb, I think is what people on planet Earth call them. But I think if you can get your left sides kind of on that and carry some speed, you can do some good stuff with that. It doesn't seem to upset the car too much if you kind of just barely get those left sides on them.
The next car is 1 lap behind. The gap behind is now 1.
Yeah, right down here. Maybe maybe some other guys not as aggressive getting the left sides down there. Maybe the track's a little bit cooler as the race goes on. That could be another benefit of really getting down there low.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
He's still gaining on us though, 0.9 right now. all I can really do is try to hit consistent laps, not make any
You've just done a
mistakes, drift up in the
34.73.
corner like I did a couple times earlier. If I can just keep my car down here, be smooth on the inputs, then even if I don't end up winning the thing, I feel like I can get a good result. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on here for the bulk of this race. And I guess I better check the fuel situation in a moment as well, just to make sure we're looking okay there. I don't think it'll be a problem, but I want to find out.
We think we'll need to add 1.3 gallons.
I think they said 1.3, so we'll be okay. Already using less throttle on exit, which means some fuel saving there.
The gap to P2 behind is increasing. It's now 1.09.
Ooh. A little bit slower through 3 and 4 that time. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe didn't carry enough speed mid-corner. Uh-oh, drifted up a little bit. We're okay though, I think. Bring it back, there we go. That's a kind of cool thing about Milwaukee Mile. You can kind of diamond the corner a little bit, so if you overdrive the entry a touch, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I didn't carry enough mid-corner speed last lap, I think. It looks like that's where I gained time again. Although I might just be hitting a bad point with the tires, because they are starting to feel a little bit extra slick. I gotta stop doing that though. Drifting up too much in 1 and 2. Gotta go back to being smooth, because look at all that time I just lost. 2 tenths. Cannot afford to give up that much when he's only 8 tenths behind us. Get it back together here, get it back to being smooth. Just sliding too much out of the corners though. Yeah, we're missing that mid-corner grip all of a sudden. I think we're starting to fall off, and that's what's going to bring the one car to us. The end is near.
Behind is now 0.65.
Heed my call. I'm like one of those doomsday people. The kale is coming. But hopefully we'll be able to at least hold on to P2. We got 2 seconds back to P3. So hopefully I'll be able to maintain that at least. Man, I just cannot keep the car on the bottom and out of 2 anymore, and that is killing me every lap. Do you have lap traffic coming up? Hopefully they'll give us the bottom, because obviously this isn't necessarily a multi-groove track.
Your lap time was at 35.10.
We'll make him have to get his nose on me or something, but he shouldn't have too much issue. I think he's very clearly got better stuff at this point. Won't just give it to him, but I don't think he's going to have much issue. He's catching up pretty good at this point. In fact, P3 is as well,
Lap was at
so
35.21.
might not be able to hold on to that either. But you know what? It looked good for a while. I could pretend I was good at this for a minute. Maybe I can make him have to push trying to get a run on us, and maybe he'll heat his stuff up. Not likely, but maybe. That car goes low. Interesting way to do that, but appreciate it nonetheless. Make sure we got that on. Okay. 0.4 behind us at the moment. He's really making big gains in 1 and 2. That seems to be our weakest point right now, and so I imagine he's eyeing that as a potential way to get around us. Finding our weakness so we can strike.
Your last lap time was at 35.15.
Was able to hold it together somewhat decent that time. If I could do that more often, we might have a better shot. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Almost drove in too hard. Started looking bad for a moment. I used my session last lap a lot. Tried to gauge my speed entering and through the mid-corner. That kind of helps inform me how much brake, how much throttle, and when to use it. It's kind of like a replacement for the seat feeling you would get in a real car. That sense of speed that you kind of lack in a simulation. To me, that's what the session last lap does for me. Like, if I see green, that means I'm going a little bit faster than last lap. And so that means if I'm in the middle of the corner and it's lighting up green, that means I'm probably going a little bit fast.
Okay, Colton.
So I might modulate my brake a little bit based on that, and it kind of helps me gauge how hard I can hit the throttle on exit as well. And I feel like that's exactly what guys talk about when they talk about that seat of the pants feel or whatever when you're in a real race car. And that feeling of motion you get in a real race, where you got stuff whizzing past you on your left and right. You can kind of minutely tell if you're going a little bit faster than usual in those real life scenarios. That, you know, iRacing does a pretty good job as a simulator, I think, overall. But never going to be perfectly possible to capture that in the virtual world. Though I am very thankful for this service. I know there's a lot of things to complain about a lot of the time, but it's pretty darn cool we have this this available to race, because you look at the landscape of something like the console games. We haven't had a decent console game for how long? And that, I mean, who's to say there's not another universe where that's true for all of racing? You know what I mean? Like, there's the Forza and stuff out there, of course. The Forzas, the Gran Turismos and stuff, but there's no guarantee that iRacing had to exist in this world, so I'm thankful for it. And we complain because we spend money here, because we want to be here at the end of the day. So whenever I say, darn you iRacing, I disconnected from the last race, now I'm angry. That comes with the caveat that, hey, at least we got to race in the first place. And right now we got a good race going. It's been green all the way, which is awesome. We're able to start holding off Kale a little bit there for a small amount of time, but looks like he's back to gaining on us. Been really trying to focus on holding it not near the bottom. He's making another run at us now.
Time was at 35.15.
Yeah, that was a kind of a gross exit. It was faster than last lap, but I did not feel very good about that. He's just about on our bumper again. Yeah, he's right there. I think this is the closest he's been.
You've just done
So we'll run our line, try not to make any mistakes, and force him to have to find a way to overtake. Because even if his tires are better right now, they're still, end of the day, 37 laps old. So even if they're better than mine, he still has to find a way to overtake with 37 lap old tires. I don't doubt he can do it, but why not make it a challenge for him? Racing for the win here, potentially. We're not even halfway, though.
Your lap time was
You gotta be
35.06.
consistent for a long time. I don't know if I am capable of such things, especially right now when I'm messing it up very badly at a very bad time. Because here he is. Hit the brakes a bit too hard. That slid the tires. Part of the reason I wanted to put the brakes back is because you can easily start locking them up like that if you're not careful.
That was a
Because you have to use a lot of brake in these corners. Since it's flat out here. Is he gonna make a move? Not yet. I think he knows he doesn't have to make the pass now. He's got over half the race. And he's got the momentum at the moment.
Inside.
Ooh, there he
That
goes.
last lap was a
Still there.
35.24.
Stay
Yeah.
high.
Once someone gets to your inside, you're kind of in bad shape. No real multi-groove here.
Clear inside.
So we'll file in behind him and make sure we don't run him over. First and foremost. Maybe see if there's anything we can learn from what he's doing. He's being much more gentle on the exit, letting it drive off later. That's interesting. Wider entry into one.
P2.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's closing you down. The gap has come down.
The 2 is right there as well. He's always really good at long run pace. He kind of came out of nowhere. I thought it was the other guy. But all of a sudden it's the 2. He's looking very, very good. I see him in these races a lot, and he's always a guy that's got the long run speed, so I'd not be surprised to see him have something to say about that lead. Just trying to hold it together the best I can, not let it get completely away from me. I think I could afford to do a later exit here. It's looking like that's working a lot better. And there it looks like it was faster, so I think I gotta try to do a later exit. That is, keep it lower on exit. We just don't have the drive off of these faster guys, though. He's going for the pass. Not quite able to get it to the inside of us, though. Thought he might. I gave him the bottom on entry. He was not quite as daring on entry. He'll get here, though. It's very clear he's much better drive off.
P2. That lap was a 35.16.
Ooh, slid it a little bit there. It's going to be the exit of 2 here that kills us. And it might be right now.
That lap time was 35.27.
Yeah, that's a worse spot on the track. He's basically to our inside now.
Car inside. Still
We'll give
there
him
at
the dark
bottom.
part of the track. Not going to be
Still
much
there
fight
inside.
up here, so we'll basically just let off here, let him
Clear
go.
inside.
There we go. File in. Now I got to remember that he was entering softer
Colton, that's
than
half
we were,
distance. Fuel levels are fine.
it seemed
P3.
like. So I can't run into the back of him. Important to log that information for later, especially if the guy's passing you. He looks like he's driving away though, so it's not going to matter how hard I decide to enter the corner. He's going to be gone. Wonder if he's got anything for Kale there. Still a long way to go. We are just now over halfway,
Halfway to the
Car
finish.
number 2.
as the
That's half
spotter
fuel.
points
You've
out,
used half your fuel.
as the spotter spots
That lap was a
from his
35.34.
spotter stand of spotting. It's the fuel situation.
We should have just enough fuel to get us to the end.
Okay, yeah, it's saying we got enough fuel
Position
now. That's what I
right.
figured.
Should come out a little way behind you.
So don't really have to think about that. I don't anticipate. Wonder how far we're gonna fall back by the end of this one. We've got half a second back to 4th place.
That lap was a 35.38.
Ooh, frames are taking a hit. Why? What is happening? Don't do this to me. I need all of those. I need those frames. Why can't I hold these frames?
Cannon is entering the pits. He's in P10. We think he'll come out just behind you.
Did I really enter the corner that soft last lap? Why did I gain 2/10? Oh, is that when I let him by? I don't know. Really have no idea what my tire readings might look like right now, because it's definitely loose. So I kind of wonder if it's on the right rear potentially. But we are entering the corners pretty hard at this facility. So it would be kind of surprising if the right front wasn't getting at least a decent bit of attention. 4 right behind us.
That lap time was 35.50.
I'm really having to baby it out of 2 now because it's not wanting to grip up. I wonder how many guys will pit thinking we need the fuel. Because if you just... Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
Go
no.
low. Caution. Yellow flag. Line up.
Well,
Pit road is closed right now. Get start to.
that guy
We're under caution. It's closed.
did not,
We can see Cannon has gone
did
on
not
in.
take care with those cold tires you just put on. That's okay though. That's understandable. Cold tires, especially after you got used to the tire wear and maybe entering the corner at a different speed than you're used to. I can definitely see how that could happen. Especially single split, you got guys
We need to
with
catch
less
car
experience in
number 2.
here,
It's
so.
open.
Unfortunately, that great run will now end. We're going to go ahead and put 4 tires on it. I'm going to go with 4. I don't think it'll be necessary to take 2.
The leader, Spicer, is pitting. Pit
A
lane
weird
speed
check
limit
up there.
is 45
Pitboxing,
miles
10.
per hour. Will fill you to the end of the race. Spicer ahead is
5.
pitting.
3, 2, 1.
Can't see,
Right
can't see,
here.
can't see, can't see. There we go. Slow on the entry because I couldn't see my spot. Wow,
Right
look
front,
at that.
75%.
Really on the right
Front
rear.
left,
Okay.
83%.
So let's be easier out of the corner then. Because we were 76.63. That is not really what I expected at all. Very interesting. Okay.
Move it, move it. Be mindful.
We
You
will
only have
actually
one
come
set of
out
cars remaining.
P2.
They want you in
We're able
single
to
file.
jump the
Catch
2 car.
one car.
Well, I'm glad that we didn't need to really take any fuel.
The pace car is in.
Catch
Turn 4.
one car.
I think we might have taken just a hint on auto fuel, but don't really need that extra weight getting this thing turned if we're going to be on the right rear already.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
One to go.
Catch
Next
up to
time
car
by.
number
You're on the outside this
Okay,
time.
Colton, get ready.
That explains why, even though I was falling off, I didn't fall off nearly as bad as usual. It's usually when the cars are trending tight that I do my worst, but if the car will trend to the right rear instead, I can usually hang on a little bit better, even if I still cook them. We get ourselves a good start. Greg's back there in 6th, still having a good run. I assume he's a viewer if he says hello and just wasn't being friendly. Maybe he said hi to everyone.
About to
I
go
guess I
green.
shouldn't
Stay
assume.
focused.
I want to be all the way down up here. There's dirty stuff up there. I don't want that.
Pace car
Pace
is
car
just
is
left.
in.
Green
Green
flag.
flag. Green flag. Nice and smooth. You're running second.
Alright. Overdrove it early in the race, so let's not overdrive it this time. Really want to be on his outside, that's for sure.
Inside. Keep high. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside if you want it.
Was extra careful. I didn't want to drift up into him. Be a little easier on that right rear this time if we can. Really would like the track position, but don't see that happening too easily. Maybe I can pressure him to make a mistake, but I don't think so. Seems like he's way too experienced in this car to let something like that happen.
33.78.
This car kind of looks like baked beans. That orange with the tan mixed in there. I would probably be a better driver if I didn't think about things like that in the middle of the race. But can't change certain things about ourselves. I think that one's somewhere locked into my DNA permanently. Distracted by baked beans. Alright, don't get in the back of him. He's trying to keep that right rear on it. We're not there, so I don't want to dive it necessarily. He will give us the bottom, though. Kinda.
Car outside.
Now we got him on the outside.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Keep low. Keep low.
Got out a little bit too hard there.
Still there. Hold your line. Outside is clear.
Alright. We're going to take this track position and try to keep it. I could definitely see him coming back at us later again. But
Okay, you are the
You're in
leader.
the lead. That lap time
you never
was
know, we might get some
24.34.
yellows. Be able to put that last set of tires on there. And I know now that it's the right rear that's taking the brunt of the punishment. So, whew, we are going to keep that in mind, and I'm going to really focus on trying to be easier out of the corner now. Really looking at that low exit he was doing out of 2, and I think there's a lot to that. I think that's probably not only better on the tires, but probably actually
That lap was
faster
at
too.
24.00.
Keeping it near the bottom out of 4. Alright. Got about half a second now. What would be really cool is if that 2 starts fighting them for position. Use up both of their tires a little bit more than they want. That would really help me out. I know that that the 2 was getting real close to us. And that's part of the reason I really tried to get a little bit more assertive. Getting to Kale's inside there. Because having to pass 2 cars was going to be a tough ask, especially if I'm not going to be as good at saving the tires for later. Did not want to have to make 2 passes at any point. So we'll see what we can do here. Maybe we can keep the rear tires on it a little bit better this time. Maybe we can get ourselves a little bit of a gap and actually be able to keep it a little bit better. Wouldn't that be cool? Now that I know it's going to get on the right rear,
You're leading.
maybe I can enter and do mid-corner just about the same as I was. Take a lower exit and be nicer on the throttle. Still early in this run, so obviously I'm not going to overreact about this gap. I feel like I'm being nicer to the right rear this time, though. And we made it about, what was it, 40 laps or so before they came and passed me. So maybe we can do that. Maybe we can make that happen here. Keep out in front for about 40 laps, and we'll run out of laps to race. Yeah, that low exit, that's so much better. That feels crucial. I'm really glad I noticed how he was exiting 4 like
Gap
that.
to Spicer behind is now 0.80.
So is this the part where my power goes out again? Wouldn't that be fun? What if the track's cooler down there as well? If you got a lot of guys that aren't exiting quite as low. Track's cooler, so you get a little bit more grip. I could see that too. See that being a thing. And there was something to keeping it low on the exit of 2 as well. Let's get those left sides down on that white line, or lower even. Just hug the bottom. Harvick style. This isn't a mile and a half, obviously, but...
You've just done a 34.23. Alright, Colton, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
.7 back right now. Coming to 21 to go, I believe. I think I went a bit too low that time. We lost some time. I feel less bad about entering a bit harder now if we're going to be on the right rear. Probably shouldn't overdo that, but...
The gap behind is now 1.00.
if it's at the end going to just make it closer to balanced, then maybe that's not so bad. Alright, we got that gap at .9. Come on, you guys behind us. Do some battling. That's what I want to see. Uh-oh. That's not what I want to see. Let me just drift out of the corner. That's... You see, what you want to do is overdrive it, spin out, and Alt F4. That's the fast line around Milwaukee Mile. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm feeling kind of good about this right now, but I'm not going to assume anything until it is over. Until it is over, I'm going to assume these guys are just being patient and they're going to flip the light switch at the end and zoom on past me, kind of like they did at the end of that first run. My assumption is always they know something I don't and I look like a fool, because it's usually right. But you know, it's a good way to learn things that way, when you assume you're not right.
That was a 34.40.
And then if you find out you are right and you're doing it well, hey, that's a nice surprise. But if you were wrong, then you know you were wrong and you can try to learn. The left side's down on the white. Car still feels good. It's feeling better out of the corners right now, even though we're still a little bit early in this run, comparative to the early run. We went about 40 laps or whatever.
Lap times are pretty consistent.
Overdid it a little bit there. 1 and 2 again. Only .2 separating them behind us. I'm still hoping they'll go battling.
Next car is 20 laps behind.
I think that would really help me out, help my chances. Uh-oh. Overdid it a little bit there. I kind of brain faded, nearly missed my brake marker. That would be hilarious.
You've got half your fuel left.
Maybe we'll be better on this run as well because we have less fuel load. So maybe we won't be as bad on the exits because of that as well. I didn't even think about that, but ours not as full of fuel. That might help us too.
The gap to P2 behind is now 1.37. That lap was a 34.51.
Could probably start using more of the track more often. This place is pretty wide. I noticed I was able to keep a little bit more momentum on the exit right there, and it gained me just a small amount of speed I probably could be taking advantage of. 1.2 back there now. I thought they were going to start battling for a second because I saw they were within 1/10 of each other. But that still does not seem to have happened yet. It sure is great having a 7,000 iRating guy out here to cheat off of. I feel like I peeked at his test looking at his exit of 4. I was like, oh, okay, on question 4, he wrote C. And went and cheated off his test. That's essentially what happened there. Because I'd probably still be wasting time fading out to the wall more.
Behind is now 1.
Otherwise, and probably messing up my tires still just as much. Our laps are feeling pretty good right now, though. We're still in the green a lot of the time.
Consistency, keep it up.
When we're going and exiting these corners and finishing the laps. Like, look at that. Well, we lost a little bit on exit, but pretty much equal, slightly better than last lap. That makes me feel pretty good about how the tire saving's going. Got 11 laps to go. Let's make it green, please. That would be fantastic if we could go green. This has been a great race. I was not sure what to expect. Like I said, the first attempt I did at this was going well, but there were quite a few cautions, even with a small field. And that was only about a little past halfway through the race, I think, whenever I lost power. So there was probably more wrecks on the way still. Here we've had the one, and that was it, which is awesome. There's been some good races today. After I just did that Gen 4 race at Iowa, 1 caution in that one. And I guess there's still time in this one, but right now looking pretty darn good for another good race. I think at this point, even if they did wreck, it would the race would end under caution before it turned into a disaster. So I feel like we're essentially in good territory if, in terms of getting this to the end. That thing's turned into a laughing stock.
The gap behind is now 1.38.
Are they battling back there yet? Or are they still working against me? It's a conspiracy. The whole field's against me. Can't let that guy win. That's why we pulled his power plug last time. What did I just do? Why did I lose 2/10 in 3 and 4 there?
That was a 34.
I don't even know what I did wrong. Hopefully we can gain that back next lap. I did something wrong and it's not very beneficial to our lap time. Looks like I didn't exit hard enough. Maybe. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll enter softer next time. Don't throw it away now. Why is he 0.8 behind all of a sudden? Wasn't he further back like a millisecond ago?
Forestier is closing the gap. It's now 0.92.
Hold it together. Don't overdrive. We got 6 laps to go. What am I doing? Why have I forgotten how to drive? That was another terrible 1 and 2. Come on. Remember your training. Low exits. Why is he gaining so much? I'm scared.
5 5 laps to go. Keep it up. We're in a great spot.
I've lost all grip all of a sudden. It's like I hit a wall. Kale hasn't gained all this much. It's just this 3 car. All of a sudden, turned on the afterburners. No! No! He's just been waiting this whole time. I've been
Still
bamboozled.
there.
P2, you've just done a
Still there.
34.90. Push now, we might win this. Your lap times are pretty consistent.
Keep high. Clear inside.
What? What? No! Why you gotta do this to me? Oh. Why?
The next car's the leader.
That lap time was 35.30.
I mean, he's got better tires than me, clearly. It's not like I can get back to him. He's just gonna beat me. How did he do that? He pulled a fast one on us.
2 more.
Quick
Let's
draw.
go.
Quick draw McGraw over
2
here.
laps left. Come on, you're looking good for a podium. That
Pulling the
last lap
rabbit
was
out of his hat.
35.00.
Right when I thought I had the win. And now Kale's catching me.
The gap to P3 behind is now 0.84.
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
I don't feel like my lap times fell off. I think they just started pushing at the end here.
Alright, Colton, 1 more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. The gap to Forestier ahead is increasing. It's now 1.02.
Oh man, good win. That felt like a cruel trick, pulling out those tires at the end like that.
Well done.
Good race though. That was awesome,
Alright,
guys. Just wanted to
take a
go.
flag. Good job. Very good
Nicely
job.
done. Nicely done. Rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, good race. Man, that sucked. That felt like the power plug got pulled at the end. At least we were able to hold on to second. It looked like Kale really gained a bunch. At the end too. And I was just trying to be smooth the whole time. It felt like he really saved and then decided it was time to go at the end.
Watch your speed.
And go he did, right to victory lane.
Left
Dang.
front, 87%.
Nicely done.
Front
well
right,
played.
82%.
82-79 at the end.
Right rear, 79.
I felt like I did a good job. He just did a better job. Man, what'd I tell you? That guy, he's good at the long runs, man. I am not. But we still get second. I'm still very happy with the result, but man, that's a heartbreaker. All of a sudden, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition, or whatever that meme is. That's 2,000 years old. Anyway, here's your finishing results. We beat Kale. I can put that on in the trophy case. Greg, nice finish. He leaves though. Can't say GG to him, but I'll say GG to him now. That's a good finish, beating his car number. That was a great race. 1 caution. Right in the middle. Saves us from having to worry about that fuel. But anyway, what is going on here early in this thing? The 15. That was interesting. This was why I was not expecting to get a long run. single split. I mean, this guy's driving a very tough car with 400 iRating. It's always going to be tough. He hits the wall there and then kind of just slams on the brakes. I think he did not expect someone to be in the second lane. Might have just panicked a little bit, slammed on the brakes. Unfortunately, the 9 finds him. So we'll move ahead to lap 5. Whoa, 11 doing his best to hold on to that thing. Lap 15, this guy's already way off pace, so something's already happened. I see, getting loose out of 4. Oh! Whoa! Thankfully everybody sees it happening. There was enough space between guys, he was able to save it. And no one gets into him, and then... Interestingly, it looks like he quits. But no yellow comes out because no one was behind him, thankfully. That could have been a yellow just for him stopping on track. The 6 enters a little bit too hard. Maybe he gets on the brakes a little bit too hard. One of the two or both. Sends him around. And rather than bring out the yellow, it looks like he might have Alt F4'd. He was at the end of the field anyway, so he might have been okay. But it looks like he jumps out of the... He Alt F4s, jumps out of the car to prevent a yellow from coming out. It was very selfless of him to do that. High life hitting the high part of the track. All the way to 47, here was the yellow. Yeah, that was just not knowing quite how fast they could probably go through the corner with those brand new tires. Oh, that looks like a shifting issue, actually, the way the car lurched like that. So I think I was wrong. Yeah, he did something with like the shifter or something, I think. I'm not sure what, if he was trying to go into third gear. I have no idea, but it obviously really upset the car. That's probably something he'll learn from. And that was the last thing that happened, because the rest of the race went green all the way. So very, very happy with how that race went. Very clean. We made it to the end without losing power, which is fantastic. And we'll go ahead and see what iRacing thought about all that in the race results page. Here it is for you. We get 38 iRating, starting to make back some of that huge amount I lost over time. We get the fastest lap, but probably because you don't really want to get the fastest lap, because that means I was probably killing my tires. But worked out well enough for us to get our P2 and 133 championship points, which is plenty good with me. Kale back in there in third. I feel like I recognize Lee's name as well. He might be part of like the Discord community and such. I'm bad with names though. But there you go, 15 cars in this one. More like 13 since these two guys didn't actually show up. But it was pretty fun. I enjoyed driving around Milwaukee Mile, and actually got on the right rear, which was pretty cool. I enjoyed driving that one, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. So that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good one. I will see you in the next time. See ya.